Hey, let's talk about it, cause honestly we need to talk about social issues, just uplifting my people. Yeah, let's talk about it. Come join the conversation. A connection's what we're creating. Yeah.
What's happening, everybody? How y'all doing? Hey, so yesterday the Grammys was on. Now here's the thing. I love the Grammys, but not probably for the same reasons everybody else loves the Grammys. You see, I don't care about who's winning their 20th Grammy, their 15th, none of that. I don't care about none of that. What I really care about is the people that's on the sound stage. You know how like when they're going into commercial break and you see somebody up on the stage or that part, and the people who win the awards before the actual Grammy comes on. I'm talking about like the new artists or whatever, right? Or new to some. And the reason why I love that is because when you see them come up there and they give their speech, right? To the vast majority of people, they're looking at it like, oh my gosh, like who is this dude, man? Oh, they start, really getting into their music like, oh, they're so talented or whatever. And they get up there to accept the speech. And a lot of times those speeches are always talking about how they've been in the game 20 plus years or they've been in the game 10 plus years, right? And they're new to you, but they've been grinding, right? Like they've been grinding. The ones who get on that sound stage, they're like, oh my gosh, who is this artist? That artist has been out 10 plus years. So that 10 plus years have been subject to that little 30-second spot that they show on national TV, right? And then people are like, oh my gosh, like they're so talented, this, that, and the other, and blah, 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 blah. I love hearing those stories, right? Because I like watching the arc of their career. Because it's funny how it goes from, man, I just discovered this person because I heard them for that 30 seconds. And then when they reach the pinnacle, people change. People change. And now all of a sudden, the same people that was rooting for you are the same people that's hoping on your downfall. I remember when Lizzo had first came out, everybody was rooting for her. She was the quote unquote big girl and oh man, she's so talented and this, that, and other, blah, 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 blah. Then she reaches the pinnacle and starts losing weight and then everybody starts talking about her. Why is she doing that, man? Her hair look like, it's you can never please everybody. But what I'm speaking on is the fact that those people have been working 10 plus years. Right? 10 plus years, because I look at my life. When I was leaving the Navy, I completed this program called Reboot, and all of the people that, was in Reboot with me, hey, what's happening? I hope y'all are blessed. But during this, we were told to like list our dreams and our goals, whatever, or what we envisioned. And one of my visions was I thought that I was going to be on the Steve Harvey show. Remember when Steve Harvey had his talk show? That was my goal. And my goal was, I didn't know how I was going to get on there, but my goal was to get on there and to, say to the world, thank my grandparents. Like I envisioned calling my grandma and saying, hey, turn it on channel 4 at such and such time. And then she turned it on channel 4 and she would see me on there and I would be thanking her and my grandfather for everything that they have done. That was my vision, right? And that was over 10 years ago. And I remember at certain points in my life, I felt less than because I hadn't accomplished that. And this is a message, right? Because I had a goal or a vision. And sometimes when you have a goal or a vision, you miss the actual lesson. You see, I thought that I didn't accomplish that, but here I am today giving you videos, writing these posts, doing all of this stuff, right? And the reason why I'm saying that is because a lot of people right now feel less than because you had a vision of where your life would be. Not understanding that you not succeeding at that vision was God's protection. You see, a lot of the times you pray for things that you're not really built for at that moment. And that's why it is so important that you really are, articulate what you're praying for in totality. You see, because sometimes you can be in a state of loneliness and you're like, man, I just feel so alone. Send me somebody to fill this void. And I say this all the time, the devil is in the blessing business too. Because if you are sitting here praying, right? Because see, a lot of times the prayer is a conversation between you and God, but what you do, like I said the last video, vents leads to other rooms. You're venting to somebody. I just feel so alone. Man, I just feel so alone. Oh my gosh, I just, oh man, this, that, and the other, blah, blah, blah. The devil got ears too. And sometimes the devil will sit back and be like, oh, that's it? Oh, you just alone? And the devil blesses too, because he will send you someone. And that person will be the person that draws you so far off from destiny that, like my grandfather used to say, you're so wrong, you're right. You see, you just wanted a void filled. The devil will send that to you. Oh man, I just need to make this certain amount of money, this, that, and the other, blah, blah, blah. The devil will give it to you. Because in every loss that I thought was a loss was a blessing in some type of way. You see, that's why people don't understand why they're always in the position that they're in. Because when you're in these positions, this is when you pray. When you're winning, you're winning. And a lot of times when you're winning, you don't thank the man above. You see, when you accomplish something, right? You at your job, you get your promotion or whatever. A lot of times you look at it as, that was me. I put in that hard work. I did this, that, and other. I stayed up. I this, that, and other, blah, blah, blah. I did it. So God's sitting up there like, but I gave you the fortitude. I gave you the knowledge. I gave you this, that, and other. And you don't thank me? Okay. Let me send this test to you. Let me see if you come to me then. And that's why you go through these seasons when you down bad, because when you down bad, that's the only time you pray. And when you're up, you forget. You forget. So you start leaning on your own understanding, thinking that it was all because of you. I don't know how many years I have been doing this, but I know that when I was younger, my grandmother set me on the course to do this. And there was so many times when I was winning, I had to go through a season of losing. But my season of losing is different than your season of losing, because I'm going to tell you, hey, stuff ain't going right for me right now. But I'm telling you that so you can see when it changes, you can see that I went through it. And see, that's why a lot of people look at your stories, look at your posts, and they will never like anything. Because it's not because, it's because of what it signifies, right? I witness, what I'm saying, sometimes I'm scrolling, whatever, and I see the back and forth and the bickering between people, right? Or the beef between people. And you look at the engagement of that, it's always going to be a lot. That's why these rumor mills and stuff get so much traction, because it is a distraction from what you got going on in life. And that's why I always tell people, when you come on social media and you're arguing, nobody cares. They just want the entertainment. That's why they add fuel to the fire, right? They add fuel to the fire. But when you're coming out and you speaking positivity, if you're not known, it won't get no traction. People will just scroll up through, oh, he's just talking this, that, and other, right? And then someone famous say the same thing that you have said, and they will share it and share it and share it. You know why? Because they're not familiar with them. And that brings me back to the Grammys. Duran, I don't know if you guys know him. I watched this man for so many years when he was the backup for Erykah Badu. I watched him. And to see him get that award and see how he act, I look at the comments and some people are like, man, he went up there and acted a fool, because you don't know how long he's been doing it. You don't know that struggle. I have been doing this stuff for so long. And I'm going to tell you, during my seasons of lows, I used to watch. And I had like particular people that I used to be like, you have never liked, shared my stuff, but I've seen you share everybody else's. I've seen you send me stuff that people have, you know what I'm saying, whatever, right? And it really hurt me. But what I understood was I wasn't ready for what God had for me. Because what's for you is for you. And if that is bothering you, you are not going to be strong enough when that spotlight is on. Because just like in your yard, if you got motion sensors, somebody walks by, that light shines. And it's going to show you all around. So when these people finally make it, if they're not right within, If they're not right up here, when that spotlight shines, it's going to show everything, all the unhealed parts, all the this, that, and the other, right? And then five years from now, when they're doing stuff crazy, we sit back and be like, look at them. What is wrong with them? Oh my goodness. Because the devil blesses too. So you have to be articulate, like I said, about your prayers. Relationships, right? You can be in a relationship and looking at other people's relationship, and then you call those relationship goals, right? But you really don't know what they're going through. So because you call them relationship goals, you start looking at your relationship and you start wanting what they have, right? And then you would convince yourself, this ain't going right because God's trying to show me something. See, that's where the devil got you. God's trying to show me something. Maybe we ain't supposed to be together. Man, I don't know this, that. No, that's you. And see, you hear how you feel. So now your mind starts going towards everything that makes how you feel good. Then you start saying these prayers. Oh, God, just, send me a sign, send me a sign. See, what you should be praying for is, God, strengthen what I have if this is what's for me. If this is what's for me, God, strengthen what I have. Because a lot of times it's not the other person, it's you. And you haven't identified that. So anyways, man, I hope that you guys have a great Monday. Me being transparent, I have a doctor's appointment Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? I'm already praying that it, it goes good. And I want y'all to pray for me too, man. But I love y'all.
Hey, let's talk about it, cause honestly we need to talk about social issues, just uplifting my people. Yeah, let's talk about it. Come join the conversation. A connection's what we're creating. Yeah.